for millions with NBA draft blue chipper Anfernee Hardaway up close. Anfernee Hardaway is one of 5 undergraduate athletes expected to go in the first 8 selections in tomorrow's NBA draft, a 6'7" shooting guard out of Memphis State, and he's unique, not just because of the spelling of his name, but because he's lived life the harder way. Not many Prop 48 athletes ever end up making the dean's list, but the young man nicknamed Penny did. Raised by 2 women, Hardaway grew up in Memphis, survived a 1991 robbery and a shooting. On the court, he convinced the skeptics who claimed that he was too light, at under 200 pounds, and lacked an outside shot. Today, the eye of the tiger, Memphis State's Anfernee Hardaway on the threshold of a dream. We'll talk to him today up close. He averaged something like 24 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, and averaged number 3 in his conference, the great Midwest Conference, in blocks per game, number 3 overall. He's an all-around player, and he is going to be a great one. His name is Anfernee Hardaway from Memphis State University. He joins us now up close. People want to know, the first question of the video is, Anfernee? It's got to be Anfernee, right? Your whole life you've had to deal with. Where does Anfernee come from?
Well, I asked my mom the same question everybody was asking me for the longest, and she told me that it was a guy that went to high school with her that had the name Anfernee, and I don't know where he got the name
from. So no one misspelled it on your birth certificate or anything like that. It was deliberately Anfernee Hardaway.
Yes, it was deliberately Anfernee because she said she loved the name.
Okay. You're also known by most people, anyone who really knows you, as Penny. Everyone calls you Penny. And that's not a girl's name, Penny. That's pretty as a penny, right? Where'd that come from?
Well, my grandmother started calling me that when I was real young, you know, when I moved with her. And my mom had moved out of town, so I had to start living with my grandmother. And I was real spoiled, and she just used to say, Penny, you know, pretty as a penny. And it just carried on up until now.
Not having a father in the house and your mom going away, was it traumatic as a little kid? Do you remember it was painful when you were a little boy?
Definitely, it was real painful because my grandmother couldn't get out and do the things that a mother or a father could do, or, you know, like take you to play basketball or take you to the movies or anything, so I was really, you know, lost.
Were you a sad kid?
Not really, because my grandmother, she gave me everything I wanted. It was just a thing that I couldn't do, like I said, like go to the movies or go out, you know, to a concert or whatever, because my grandmother, you know, she wasn't, you know, that type of
individual.
Like that, yeah.
Was basketball then your best friend? Did it bring you out as a person in the things that you didn't have? And your grandmother tried to give you as much as she could, but the things you didn't have your dad around, you didn't have a family around particularly. Did basketball become your best friend, Anfernee?
Definitely. It was my way out because I didn't have anything else. You know, to play basketball every day was a big thrill, and it kept me happy. And that's probably why, you know, I worked so hard at it to be where I am today.
Do you remember a moment, even if you're playing on blacktop, where you said, man, this gives me so much joy. I love to do this for professional. I have dreams. I love to be a Magic. I love to be a Michael, because all these kids have that dream. Do you remember that moment?
Definitely. Every day I said the same thing. You know, the same people in my neighborhood were really good motivators to me because they said you have a good chance to be a great basketball player. Just keep playing hard every day, and that's what I did.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know the story that happens many, many times, not just in the case of Anfernee Hardaway, but hundreds of, or maybe thousands of kids over and over who have that dream. They forsake their academics. They forsake their schooling because they think they're going to be pros. And it's happened to you, too. By the time you get to Memphis State, you were a Prop 42 kid, meaning that you didn't have the academic standards to play immediately, and they had to sit you down for a year. But you worked so hard once you got to school that you actually made the dean's list twice. Let's talk about dedicating yourself away from basketball briefly and getting into the academics and trying to really focus and concentrate and to succeed there.
Well, my freshman year, you know, I was very miserable. So, you know, I didn't, like you said, have the grades to make it as far as playing for Memphis State, so I had to realize that I had to go ahead and do my work. I mean, it wasn't that I couldn't do it, I just didn't want to do it in high school. You know, I was just spoiled, and the teachers were giving me everything I wanted, and, you know, I was just really lost. So once I decided to just settle down and do what I had to do in my academics, then I did it. And, it wasn't hard at all because I knew I could do it. It was just a stigma that they tried to put on me to try to say that I was, I couldn't
have the goods. Right?
Yeah.
Was it as exhilarating to make the Dean's List as it was to, say, lead the team or the conference in scoring or a slam dunk? It's the same kind of exhilaration. Do you feel the same kind of joy?
Definitely, even better in academics because there's something that I think you have to work harder at academics than you do in basketball. My basketball ability speaks for itself, but then I want people to know about my